Hey guys, Dr. Joe with Barefoot Rehab here, and we're going to talk a little bit today about what disc degeneration is. But before we jump into talking about disc degeneration, we need to understand the basic anatomy of our spine and what a disc actually is. Hence, this awesome picture. These right here are the bones or the vertebrae of the spine. And you can imagine the vertebrae are stacked on top of each other like this, like building blocks. In between each bone is a disc. This disc is made up of two different types of substances. The outside layer is thick and it's really strong. It's called your annulus fibrosus. The inside of the disc is made up of a jelly material called the nucleus pulposus. The disc acts as a shock absorber as we move our head in different directions, as we jump up and down, and it also provides cushioning within our spine. So now that we have a basic understanding of the anatomy of our spine and of the disc, let's talk about what disc degeneration actually is. So whether it be from an injury, so a car accident, a slip and fall, or we do something over and over and over again. So if we're at our desk at a computer and we're like this all day long, that's called repetitive motion. What happens is the water that filled up the disc starts to seep out. So instead of the disc being nice and healthy, it starts to flatten or pancake. When the disc starts to flatten now and we go and we do an activity, there's less shock absorbance in that disc, meaning the space between each bone starts to decrease. Why that's a huge deal is because behind the disc and behind the bones is our spinal cord. Coming off of the spinal cord are the nerves. So what really ends up happening is as this disc starts to shrink, certain movements now are going to start to irritate the nerve. So this sounds pretty horrible. And the truth of the matter is, it's not great, because once the disc starts to degenerate, very, very seldomly are we able to rehydrate the disc. But there is some good news. What happens is the body senses that this area is damaged or weakened, so it's going to lay down adhesion, this gluey substance, to protect this area of the body. Over time, this adhesion is going to continue to create tension on this area, which will speed up degeneration. At Barefoot Rehab, what we do is we find and remove this adhesion. By doing so, there's less pressure on your disc, meaning this will slow down the rate that the disc is degenerating. So if you have been diagnosed with degenerative disc disease or impingement from disc degeneration, we can help you with that. Drop us a comment below and I'd love to talk with you. All right, everyone, have a great day.